My dear viewers, my greetings and also my wishes to all of you watching my channel, that is Jacintha Spoken English channel, which the channel has got maybe 100 in number, everything, all videos and shorts together. So let us take pains, spend some time at your leisure. Let us all do it in that way. All of us together can watch whenever we find time, so that we can develop our spoken English, and our day-to-day dialogue can be an excellent one by watching these videos, which have got some shots and also some points to make our day-to-day dialogue an excellent one. When we talk with our friends in English, we need not go for go into looking for words, hunting for words. So let us make our vocabulary very good first. As I have already said, it is easy to improve our vocabulary. The words are seen everywhere in English, and when we go through the newspaper or magazines, English magazines like Times of India and all, we can get lot of words to improve our vocabulary. But to have a good storehouse of vocabulary, we should also have a good knowledge of grammar. Only then vocabulary and grammar together can help us to form sentences very correctly, question answers also very correctly, so that we can speak with confidence, which I had already said in some of my videos. To have confidence, self-trust, when we are sure of certain things, certain matters, only we can talk with self-trust. When we trust in ourselves, we can talk fluently, freely, spontaneously, without making any mistake. No? That is what is important. No? Without making mistakes, we can make our day-to-day dialogue a perfect one, a very good one, no? An excellent one. When we are thorough with our vocabulary, when we are good in vocabulary, we cannot be thorough. No? We have got multi number of words. All the words cannot be brought into our mind. Maybe a good stock of words, a good storehouse of words, which can be commonly used in our day-to-day dialogue. And then few grammatical rules which can be applied when we form sentences, questions and answers in our day-to-day dialogue. So now, in the last video, we just discussed about some questions and answers, which can be like this, no? Yes or no questions. Questions formed with verbal words, verbal questions we call in grammar. No? Apart from WH questions, we have got few verbal questions also. They are answered with yes or no. Now, with do, does, did also we form questions. No? Do you go there every day? Sometimes we ask our friend. Now, when we meet, do you go for walking? The answer means yes. Or no also can be no, nowadays I don't go. No, nowadays I don't go. Or no, today I was not able to go for walking, so I didn't go. Then, did you visit our professor last week? We can ask. That is past tense. Did you visit? Even last evening's work or this morning's work, even we can question with did. Did you learn for today's test? The parents or the mother may ask. Did you prepare for today's test? Today you have got your semester exam or monthly test or weekly test. So in schools and colleges we have got different types of tests, very particularly in schools. No, we have got midterm tests, quarterly, monthly tests, weekend tests, all types of tests. So sometimes the parents may ask, did you write, did you prepare? Then after coming back from school, the question may be, did you write well? Did you do well for today's paper? The answer can be yes, slowly. Yes, I did well, but I missed answering 2 questions. No? I did well, but I couldn't answer for the two questions. Why? Now the question word arises. When there is a conversation, we cannot always stick on to the yes or no questions alone. No? When we are doing these videos, we are trying to have the same type. But in the conversation, what happens? Even now when I thought about do, does and did, now the question is there as with why. Did you write the test well? When the child comes back from the school or college, when the father or mother asks, the child may answer, yes, I did well. Sometimes there will be a dragging, there will be a hesitation to answer. Then the parents will immediately make it out, will be able to find out what is wrong with her. Then why did you write well? Then the answer can be, I answered all the questions, but two questions I missed. I couldn't find an answer, maybe the answer from the child, or sometimes I couldn't get an answer, or I couldn't see in the question paper. Somehow I missed the two questions. I was not able to answer. There are parents to scold, there are parents to pacify, there are parents to comfort also. Different types of people are there. That is what we see in life, is it not? Why didn't you answer? Maybe the question. I somehow missed it, mom, will be the answer. Why did you miss? I was in a tension. My stress for completing the answer paper made me do it. I couldn't complete. It was time to complete my answer. It is time for the closing bell. So I couldn't see it properly. Somehow I missed answering two questions. No, the question may be how many marks. That is what is the usual question, is it not? When we miss one or two questions, the question from the parents may be how many marks questions did you leave? The answer can be 2 marks questions, 5 mark questions, or 10 mark question also can be there. No? So we give in this way. So all types of questions are here. Verbal questions as well as WH questions. Why didn't you answer? So the answer from the child may be to give the reason. Why didn't you answer all the questions? The answer can be, I didn't know it. I couldn't get an answer. I couldn't find an answer. Or can be, I had forgotten everything. In my tension, in the examination hall, when I was going through the question paper, I had missed 2 questions. I couldn't answer all the questions. The reason is that I had forgotten, or in my tension I couldn't see all the questions. I was not able to go through all the questions, or there was no time for me to go through once again. We usually say revise it, review it, go through it once again. That is the instruction given by their parents and teachers when the children are going to write the test or examination. Why didn't you look? Why did you revise? Why didn't you go through it? Why didn't you review? We say. We may ask. I was not in a position to go through. I was tensed. In my tension, I couldn't go through my question paper properly. That is why I had missed 2 questions. So some parents may say, okay, it's all right. We will patch it in the next test. No? We will patch up. We will somehow adjust. Compensation can be made in the next test. There is always a compensation for anything and everything. So some parents may give, let us have the compensation in the next test. That will be the comforting words from the parents. So comforting words are also important to relieve the children from the stress. So let us try to have all these words in our day-to-day dialogue when we are in our family, with our friends, or with our children, or with our grandchildren. Let us be strict to a certain extent, and let us give comforting words to make the students feel okay. They will be ready to face the next challenge. Bye for today.